Okay, I think everything's working. I figured I would stream just a tiny bit of paint really quick. Probably about an hour. I'm currently still working on the teeth. Those little suckers are tedious. And I got white paint on the face. Like I said the other day, I'm always getting paint on the baby doll. If you have not been here, this is the baby doll I'm working on. His mouth looks dark up there, but it's really not dark. Like I don't know what's going on. Just the shadows and shadings. But this is what I'm working on, and so I'm gonna get through these teeth, and then I'm going to wipe him down and seal him up again, or go over him again, rather, with another layer. And I'm also like, that's different. If I have time, I'm going to put veins on some of the limbs on the other baby. This bit's pretty good. Yeah, this is pretty good. Welcome in. I'm so glad you're here. If there's any audio issues, video issues, anything, please let me know. I have old clothes on because I'll take the paintbrush and wipe it on my pants, and I know, not the best idea. Ugh. It's going to be a bad deal if I try to use that big brush. Blah, blah, blah. I just bought a pack of paintbrushes. You're always buying paintbrushes, no lie. No open lie. My affiliate party got shut down last night really early. My PlayStation shut down. I don't know. But everything's fine today, so I think I'm gonna finish that off this evening. Because why not? Because why not? Hope everybody's having a good Monday. My Monday's been mundane, and it's not been so bad. Could be worse. Nothing to complain about. You know how Mondays go. I've been trying to get online. I couldn't figure out why my cams were still down. I could not get them back up last night. I tried until 2 o'clock in the morning. At that point, I was like, man, it's been down almost 2 hours. Nobody's coming back to that. That was just my mindset last night. I was pretty bummed. I was having fun, and then boom, we loaded into the game because we were just vibing out with like chatting and music and like just chilling, drinking a little bit, taking some shots. I was 3 shots in and went to load into the game, and the PlayStation just shut off. So that was fun. Could not get the cams back up. Couldn't understand why, but whatever the case, I finally got them up today. So I'm so happy for that. I feel like super blessed that they're up right now. Otherwise, I would have been here sooner. Way sooner. I'm taking this brush in here because sometimes you get those little fuzzies. And I don't want them to get caught in the gloss when I gloss up his mouth and stuff. Right. Sorry, I'm talking to myself just a tiny bit. Just trying to remember what I was looking for. Yeah, this sucker, or not that sucker, that fucking, that pen. Holy moly. Shit, nasty. We have cloudy weather today, so I've got all kinds of different lightings from different angles to get what I need going. I'm still missing my main light though. I'm looking for the name standards. Sorry, I'm just sitting here thinking about what I need. Sometimes I even have to use the color wheel. I'll show you what that is. Right here's your color wheel. There's the front and the back. So on this side, it'll tell you like, so here's red, orange. If you were to add blue to red, orange, which I didn't know this, you're gonna get this like, it looks darker on camera. But this side will tell you like if you, sorry, if you add this color, you're gonna get this color. The other side will tell you like, so like your texture. So if you were to add like this color and this color, you're gonna get something here in the middle, right? But if you want to neutralize something, if something is looking too purple, you're gonna want to use yellow, and opposite. You're gonna want to use the direct opposite, right? And there's different levels. You see, there's like this color, and this color, and then, hey, Miss Blackfire, hey, Gryffindor fam, how are you? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. How are you guys' day going? I was busy talking about the color wheel. Welcome in. How far are you out from? Welcome in, y'all. I hope my stream is updated. Welcome in. How are you guys doing? How's your day? How's your stream? Guys, Insomniac Gang in here right now showing their love and support. So proud to be a part of that team. I'm good. Just here waiting for this game to install. What game are you waiting to download? Because I'm downloading stuff too. So I'm curious. I'm very curious. I don't know if anyone in my Discord read that I'm trying to kind of just integrate into Insomniac Gang Discord because it's just everything there. That's where I'm at all the time, and it just makes sense, right? There's so much support and stuff there, and love, and just everybody just trying to help one another get to where we're going, get to what we're doing. So, and then most of the people that are in my Discord are already in the other Discord. So, like, if there's a few of you, let me know, and I can help you out with that if you want to join with. We would love to have you. I would love to have you over there, and so would everybody else that's over there. All the good people there. What game? What game? I'm curious, Gryffindor fan. I'm still working on these dang teeth on this dolly, but I was saying earlier, my freaking stream went down last night. PlayStation shut down, whatever. I had fun while it lasted, so I got left with a buzz, and I'm about to continue that tonight. And I have all the faith that we're gonna get through it. We're gonna get to the games. I'm doing where I downloaded I think Delta Force because I really liked fucking with that when I played the beta. Or may not have played the beta. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. Some shit's crazy. So I'm gonna let the teeth dry right now. So while what I just did is drying, I'm gonna set his head down here, and I'm gonna start like taking distilled water over the paint. Because anything else, I don't know what that's gonna do. Okay, so I use distilled water, and you probably should if you're gonna paint too. Because the water is so hard. There's so much stuff in it, especially with mixing it with the Reborn specific paints. You just never know how that's going to react. Sometimes it just won't adhere to the vinyl, depending on the water alone. That's crazy, huh? Crazy. So I just like to be safe. And I don't want any of the hard chemicals because Colorado, we have crap water. Sorry, Colorado, not sorry, but Garfield County, we have crap water and everybody knows it. All have water coolers, bottled water, or Brita pitchers. It just tastes like bleach. It's crazy. I love the shit out of Colorado. Not gonna lie. I'm just taking a cosmetic wedge, like I usually do with everything. That's why I say cosmetic wedges. Even if you don't need them in the moment, if you're painting, grab them anyways. They're like a couple bucks at the Dollar General because you use them a lot for everything. I'm just trying to go over the kit and make sure there's no like dusties or like pooch hairs flying around that get stuck to it before I add more of the varnish. Because he's done. I'm just finishing up the teeth. That's the last thing. And then these toddlers are really hard to put together because they have these mechanisms that go in, like, you have to use this like coat hanger looking thing, and they have these connectors, and it's a whole trip. You have to put one in one arm and grab it with the hook through the other arm and push one up through. Wait a minute, I'm lies. There's one that goes down in the neck too, I believe. One in the neck, one in the arms. And you have to connect the system. And I have to have my son hold one side of the doll while I'm pulling this thing to get these connectors. It's hard. Like, I'm not gonna lie, dude. That's why I don't I mainly just work with the newborns. So I know a lot of people that work with toddlers though. And they do good jobs. They do good things. Still wondering about them Russian artists. They fucking shit is wild. Okay, I think this part is good. When I do work with the toddlers, I love doing the torsos. I don't know, they just are cute. I know it's weird, but I don't really care because there's so much shading in the back area. I think that's like my favorite part, where you can see along the shoulder blades and the backbone and everything. It's so different in person when you're looking at them. So yeah, good stuff. So I'm done with that. Okay, so my animals, no joke. My cat. I have to like block him from getting up on like changing table when I have dolls up there because he likes to snuggle with them. He'll sneak in the closet just to lay in the changing table that's in one side of my closet is just dedicated to like reborn stuff. I have a whole like cubicle thing that hangs. You guys know where you can organize, and you can get them at Walmart. And I have it full of diapers, different sizes each one. And then my half of the closet is filled with baby clothes, like hanging up for whatever reason they're gonna look good for. And then I have a changing table with just each each shelf on the changing table has like one bag of hair bows, bags of different like onesies and pants and coats and hats. Just I have it all, guys. I'm just saying, I have it all. It's good stuff. Jack Nanigans, yeah, I'm making dolls. How are you? Sorry, I'm so bad about seeing the thing right now. I'm so focused. How are you? How was your day? Yeah, I'm making dollies. I've been doing this for about 7 years. For fun. It's really relaxing. Honestly. And when you're done, you're like, wow, I did that. You know what I mean? Like I really did that. Okay. This one is good. They're all pretty good. I'm just rinsing them down right now, Shaq Manigan, because I'm gonna seal him up, and I'm still working on his little teeth a little bit. They're about there, and then so this week I'm gonna start rooting hair on him. I don't know if I'm gonna quite stream that yet. That's just a hard angle to try to pin down, but I will be painting the little newborn from start to finish on stream. So not in one day, guys. It takes a long time. Takes a few weeks. But when I paint, I'll try to do it on stream. And if I don't get it on stream, I'll explain. Try to show what I've done off stream. Oh. I'm still trying to nail down a schedule just in general. Mainly, I'm pretty sure I'm trying to be on in the evening around 8. Sometimes it ends up being 10 o'clock just because cams. Like if I'm late, it's always tech stuff, and which is fine. It happens, right? So that's what I'm trying to do. And then I'm trying to do this like morning, afternoonish. I will try to pin down more of a schedule on that for when I do stream and paint. Chilling after a doctor's appointment. Hopefully everything went well at your doctor's appointment, checking in again. Hopefully nothing serious. Are you streaming tonight? Thank you guys for being here. That means a lot to me. I appreciate that. It's high too. I'm actually going to be running a giveaway soon for Christmas in my group. I do a giveaway every year. I usually do it for Halloween, but this year I didn't get around to that. So, because I did an Easter one, I forgot about that. Oh well, we'll do a Christmas one too. I did an Easter one, so that ended up being really cute. Beatrix Potter body with the baby head. It's called a cuddle baby. Nothing for toothpicks. You guys know that is my. Jeez, that's like. Alright, toothpicks. Come on, fuck out of here. I can never find my toothpicks, so I'm always throwing more out. And it's like every time I'm streaming, I'll throw out like 3 or 4 toothpicks and can never find them the next time. What the heck? It's like the dryer when it eats the socks. Like something is eating my toothpicks. Anyway. I'm glad you guys get to hang out with me and actually see this is what they do. This is and to make money at it, but I don't rush through them. So the taxation and all of this are hobbies. I take my time with them because I don't want to rush. When you rush, you make mistakes. Yeah. Sometimes just pick them up. I pick them up and I'll be like, where the hell did that line come from? Okay. Yeah. So, anyways, I don't know what I was saying, but this is what I do. Oh yeah, I was saying it's a hobby. Yeah, I got with the tax agent. She's like, that's a hobby. Still, I just told her like, I don't try to like sell one I read in 2 weeks. It doesn't go like that. Right now, I have probably like 4 different. 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe I'm missing one, but I think I only have 4 in line right now. And then I have another one of these that someone asked me to paint. But I'm gonna do it. So actually, I have another photo after this one, a different one. She's super cute. I actually painted her for someone on Etsy, and she's super cute. She was wearing to put it in this one wears 18 to 24 months, I believe. Also, the outfit I got for him that everybody was saying. But then again, it just depends. Sometimes the tops will fit smaller than the bottoms, or the bottoms will fit smaller than the tops. It's just crazy. It's wild. And also the different regions, right? Colorado, the baby clothes run bigger here than they did back in Indiana when I was there. It was wild to see. I was like, that's different. Just little things you learn along the way. Even, just some of the older baby clothes that I still have. So, and they're brand new. They're just hanging in the closet. They're smaller than some of the newer clothes. Like same size, brand new, same brand. It's wild to see how it changes like that over time. So that should be good. I even painted a little which when I do the photo shoot, I will post a picture and I got that it's recorded now. I had an art showcase where I was just put on my doll stuff, so I'm debating on but I will put things in there in our art showcase section. But I do the little fingernail tips and then the little moon at the nail beds too. Which was super cool. And then it takes me a few days, sometimes like a week or two, when I put them together to see it as like a whole, and like a whole doll. Like it's not a whole doll. Parts and pieces and fingertips and you know what I mean, knees and elbows. It's crazy. All the little creases. It takes me a month, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, look how cute you are. So that's always cool. It's very rewarding to me, anyways. It is. Okay, let's check his face. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe down all of his face too. Teeth are cute. A lot of artists will just do this along the way. I will notice there's stuff sticking to the paint really. I don't know. I'm just learning how to lay the paint so there's not really much sticking with it. Genesis, the heat set, I say it all the time, nothing. Nothing has ever stuck to that where you can't just like kind of like wipe it off. Which is what I'm using right now. It's crazy. The difference is, but they have their pros and cons, right? It's like everything. I wash them down when they get here too. I'll put them on the bathtub and or the sink, depending on how small they are, and I will take Dawn dish soap because there's like factory greases and stuff. Sometimes they're still on there, and the paint won't stick properly. And German it just stinks. So you have to let it. I let it air out for a week sometimes. But I got this stuff from Irresistibles. It's freaking amazing. It's vinyl cleaner. I don't know what she's using, but I smell nutmeg in that shit. Just say. But it's like cuts that smell, takes it down, and then I had got a kit on that scope. It was a blow or second. This is what we call them. And I took that vinyl cleaner away. I had these spots all of his arms, like, all of his arms, like, and I was like, well, we're gonna have to make them little freckles. And I went for out it's the same one of this, and all that was on. I was like, what the heck? So I don't know if they debated over time using that cleaner, and I was like, wild, good to know. Let me go ahead and mix up some of the varnish. I should be able to get it all varnished. So this is like the varnish. You have to shake it for a minute, like a few minutes. I just shake it until it feels like you can't shake it anymore. You can't actually hear it. Because all of that stuff that makes it matte will settle on the bottom because it's a suspension liquid. So, took me a minute to learn that. This is my first, or I'm newer. Let's just say that I'm newer to using the AK Ultra Matte Varnish. It's amazing. It's like, you can use it for airbrush stuff as well. You have to be really careful because if you put it on too thick, it will make everything look chalky. I don't like and like I need to want me to do that. Oh, she looked at she left. What? I know. So anyway, so she loves her. She didn't even care. She's got more dolls for me. She's actually the one that's asking me to paint the big one. That was when I was newer to using acrylics. When I had just started, and I was like, I'm sorry, I did not mean to like make her look any type of way. But you learn a lot. You know what I mean? It's incredible. All the undertones that for every person, there's a different skin tone. Every single person has a different skin tone. That's 100% fact. I'm just wiping this out because I'm going to put the varnish in this. Before this damn white paint dries up, though, I've got to put some more on Bliss's teeth. Because that's different. I'm not used to it drying up that quick when I put stuff in it. I have to be really careful about mine. That's a hard part. Here. Where are you, Luca? The tiniest little hair or whatever, move that paint around in the wrong spot. I was talking about the gum line, that silly little hair, freaking put it straight down into the gum line. Stop, get off of me, bro. Stinky thing. Yeah, look. Okay. This little guy is gonna be fucking cute. I'm just gonna say that right now. He's gonna have really thick. It'll be my first time blending hair. Oh yeah, I said I would show you guys some hair that I have. This is the hair I'm gonna use on Pam, but this is like the stuff that I use. With all these little tiny hairs, I wrote them all one by one. I'm not joking. It's a process, and it's sometimes frustrating. I'm not gonna lie. I've thrown heads across the room. Been over it. Broke needles. Broke needles. One time I broke like 15 needles in one doll head, and I was not having it no more. I was done. I was done. That was not one day. There was this is hair. Because that's not I was cut it straight off of the angle where it goes. I have somebody that's giving me right now. She's actually got a lot of hair from her. Definitely. She's amazing to work with. Her name's Tammy. She has her own ranch. Okay. The sun in the background. I don't know if y'all can hear that. I need to neutralize that a tiny bit more above his lip. That might be why I was showing dark on camera. In the beginning. You'll have that sometimes. You just have that. If you weren't here when I started the stream before, I played with dolls embarrassingly until I was 13 years old, but then was a daycare teacher. I loved kids. I still do. But I'm like, you know, say come hang out for a bit, come get your kids. I'm just kidding. I even ran my own in-home daycare for a while. I'm pretty sure his teeth might be finished, but now he has to dry and all that. So I'm gonna we'll do that one. What? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cover this so I don't lose paint. And I'm gonna go slow with it. I'm gonna add a little bit each time so it does. So I know I'm not doing too much. I don't want to waste any really liquid stuff. I used to use like Deco Ultra Matte and Matte Varnish, and I still do. I just don't have any in the moment because I was, like I said, it's a suspension liquid and I was not doing that right. I had to top myself up. But I'm more recently going to grab some Liquitex and see what that's about. There's a hype around it, so, and there has been for a while. I've just been like, nope, I'm gonna do it my way. I know I can figure it out, and I have because I have tons of paints everywhere. Drawers full. I have freaking boxes of like. I have this tote full. I'm an art nut. I love that stuff. Canvas, yeah, I'm excited for that. We've got some stuff in the works with Canvas going on. I'm gonna collab with Stream Team, do Princess on that. It's gonna be a fun time, guys. There's gonna be a flyer soon. So we can advertise that for you, so you'll know exactly all the details. Right. That's very her channels or laughter. She just like check her out. And she was in. I clicked on it. And she was laughing. I lost my shit. It's like, yep, me and her getting along great. So yeah. And then she comes at me with the Grinch for art stuff. I'm like, that's my favorite. So yeah, there's that vibe stuff. You know. Okay, I'm using the blending sponge on this. I need not enough water. I use a baby bottle just because I'm able to better control how much I can put in. Because sometimes when you're using like those little wells, you just like literally 1 or 2 drops of water and stuff like that. Sometimes only one, so you know it works. I'm doing funny stuff with the pressure. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take it over. I'm gonna do the bigger parts, so the feet, legs, stuff like that. I'm gonna get done over first. As long as I know over, I blame it on it's her fault. She's a little bit nervous. She got scared. I love her. I want to. I love her. No, she should. She needs a haircut at the groomer, some kind of family thing, and so here we are, still waiting. Fine. Life happened. Secret did call me back, and I haven't called them back. Didn't meant to do today, but I literally just put it in there and start going over it, pouncing it all over it. And the reason I have this light is to make sure that every little tiny inch is covered, because you don't want to see like, oh, this is all perfectly matte and everything's good, and the light hit it and you have these spaces, right? Where you're like, oh, wait a minute, what's that? Shit. You first carried me, but okay. They were right outside my window. I gotta do what I want with the light. So, it's been cold though and rainy and even yesterday night. I'm not busy. Wait. Hold on, I'm trying to pin shit and I'm not trying to pin it. Treatments 2 week for my legs. Oh, I missed that comment. Your legs? I guess I'm out of the loop. Are you okay with it? What's going on? Man, as humans, we gotta go through it, don't we? Certainly, we gotta go through it. Sometimes I feel like I'm oversaturating on it, but then I have to remember there's water. And then I will also take it and drag it along instead of re-dipping that. Re-dipping dots, that shit. I do have a bad habit of accidentally going back over all this. I'm just gonna take the other side and kind of count it, whatever you. Yeah, for me, I'm wanting to better, sorry. Sky's the kid. Another yum right there. And go over the other part of it depends. If it's gonna take long or not, sometimes you never know. Sometimes it just doesn't lay right, and you're like, well, gotta do that again. Or gotta try to fix it somehow. It's just. I'm not trying to get the toenails. I didn't say that, but I'm trying to go around those because I found with this particular varnish, the gloss is not. It does not gloss. If you go over it with matte varnish first, especially with this ultra matte. My dog is a little bit stank, y'all. I don't know what she can't do, but I'm like, geez, baby, do you need to go outside? I say that me. You know the deal. I got one eye. I'm going to say something. So tired. She doesn't got an attitude. Like right now, she'll start like get in your face, stare you down. And if you turn, come sit right in front of you, start panting really loud and stare you down. Like, no, I'm winning the stare down. I don't know how many times she's done that to me. I'm like, I win those. Like, I'll put down whatever I'm doing. Like, okay, we're about to do this. Fucking brat. Who's that? So that is how you seal that up or varnish it. Anyway, sealing is just me. I don't know. I just grab the Ultra Matte, Decor Ultra Matte, and I go over that first. Sometimes I'll do 2 layers of the Decor, and then I'll move on. Let that dry for like 24 hours, 48 hours, something like that, and then that's dry. Or just waiting for the next day. Make sure that's good and just sitting a minute. As soon as you feel like there's nothing shaking in there, like maybe a bunch of bubbles or something, that's usually when I'm like, okay, it's good. It's golden. Time to pour that shit. If his mama is watching, she's gonna be super happy that he's on his last seal. As soon as those teeth dry, I will, which I'm gonna be safe, wait until tomorrow, and then I'm gonna go in with like, me, I like to use satin varnish in like the ears, the nose, and the mouth because it gives it this like almost dewy, lifelike texture. I don't know, a lot of people don't do that, but a lot of people will use a lot of gloss in certain areas, and I don't. Although this varnish is thick, so I have to open the window, but it's good stuff. What am I looking for? Okay. turning those pieces over just because to make sure nothing sticks to anything. Torso part next. Told you, like literally, not even very long, and here we are. I'm kind of disappointed in myself that I didn't listen to my advice, though. My own advice, instead of like using the sponge off camera, I painted on the varnish. Rookie mistakes, right? it covered most of it, but most of it, like, that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for all of it. So I noticed some places on the back, and I'm like, well, we're doing this the long way. Do it the long way. There's enough loaded in this sponge that I do not have to grab anymore right now. I could probably finish the rest of this torso with what's in here and start on one of the arms. Sorry, I'm trying not to chat in the chat too, guys. Just this part right here is where I have to really pay attention. Well, I mean, you gotta pay attention to all of it, but this part right here is important too. Like, make sure you're getting a full coverage. Arms. I'm gonna move some pieces around so that I don't have an actual dry mat over here, which the things you use, I use like a cup holder, a mug holder when it goes on the wall, one of the wooden ones with the pegs that you can hang the cups on. I've been using that for like 7 years. I had another one, but I decided to use that for what it was for. It's like an over the door coat rack, and my son uses it, so just need to grab another one. And they're perfect for toddlers. You can just hang the parts and pieces up there. It's wild, but another artist, I was like, how do you drag your toddlers? I cannot. And she was like, oh, I use this. And I was like, that's perfect for my life. Thank you for that. I love those emotes, guys. Thank you for the emotes. Blue Princess, hey, what's up? Like I told you, Insomniac Gang up in here right now. Blue Princess, what are you up to? How was your stream? Are you still streaming? I'm Monday right now. It's baby. I was listening to the chat. Thank you for those emotes. You made the flyer. You made the flyer. I don't know what you think when you get a chance. I will. I'm actually finishing up some stuff. I have to be off here in just like 30 minutes. So yeah, I'm doing that then. I'm excited to see that. The princess is making the flyer for the art, the painting, like I was just saying in the beginning, with the Grinch and stuff. It's gonna be so fun. super excited for that. So she's doing her thing with the flyer. I'm excited to see that. Hopefully I got all of that. Hold on, let me double check. I get distracted when I'm talking. Okay, that part's done. Last one. And then I will have time to lay down some of the veins on that little baby. I just fucked that up. Oh, no, I did not. I was about to be real sad. Like, come on, you gotta be kidding me. Needless to say, Liquitex, here I come. Not that I don't love the application of Ultimate Fusion. I absolutely love the way it looks, but I'm ready to branch out. The last little doll that I painted for the person that's getting the same one, I was like super impressed with myself. It was the first time I did an actual photo shoot with backdrops, and she looked so real. There's still people that are like, she looks real. Who's her artist? She looks like my niece. She's super cute, blonde hair, bright blue eyes, little sucker. Look just like my niece. I'm like, wow. And she was a repaint. She came to me and needed lots of TLC. So I completely stripped her, took her hair out, and gave her a whole new look. Is what her mama wanted. Yeah, she should be golden. I should have gotten everything. It's hard because everything's wet. I just want to make sure I got in between the fingers really well. It's also very important. Just that matte varnish tops off that realism because you don't see this shiny vinyl, right? You just see this perfect matte. Because again, Jim Jones has skin texturing, it has shading, it has light modeling, way underneath the layers of light modeling. I don't care what anybody says, I love it. But you can't see it. His skin still looks smooth. Unless you're all up on him looking like, then you can see all the details. Like, ooh, I impress myself sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, can't believe I did all that. I'm gonna take the yellow over time real quick. Sorry, this was confused for a sec. Neutralizing a little bit on the top lip because I'm still seeing some stuff that I don't like. Not that I don't like, I just feel like it needs one more layer of that yellow. And then last time I did the warm red on his lips. So before I seal him on that part, I will go over it with Cool Red and then a little bit of mint green. I know that's weird, but it works. It all works together. Mint green white. It's like a pastel green and just a very tiny like see-through thing because it will add this fleshy look to the lip, like where it needs to be, like just in between the corners of the bottom section and the little sucky part. I'm gonna call it a little sucky lip. I am pretty stoked that I'm done with this dog. I've had him since like August or something like that. And I've had to strip him a couple times. And it was not great. It was not fun. I had to deal with that red fade. And that's what all this neutralizing. Neutralize. Why? Because of the red fade, the dreaded red fade. But it's okay. It got back to where it needed to be, and that's what matters. All's well that ends well. Any little sponges. And then I will switch to the little tiny baby. I did bangs on the head on that little sucker last time, so we're just going to be working on, oh my gosh, we're just going to be working on like the hands. We might get all of that, but we'll get through most of them. That way I can show you where they're laid and how they're laid in what sections, you know. I'm trying not to hit the lips, so with the matte varnish in this moment. So if you're not talking and doing any of that shit, the lips are gonna look really good when they're all glossed up. Which one was I using? I didn't already do these. Other than water. Probably, there's a couple of things I'm seeing. I think I mentioned last time was this guy that I really just gonna grab off camera. Here after a bit, maybe tomorrow. Super duper cute. There's water slow down in his ears. Gotta get that out before I do the varnish in there. I take a brush and I just pounce it down in the ear and everywhere so I can make sure definitely it's getting covered. Everybody says do not varnish the head, especially if you're going to root the hair. True. That's true. But I have found it differently. I varnish the head. Not every time, it just depends. But with this varnish, I haven't noticed anything, so we're just gonna do that. Probably not heavy though, we're just gonna do a little bit. What I have noticed is when I don't varnish the head, sometimes when you're poking it in through the vinyl, I've seen the paint removed. And then you got these weird looking holes. I made some really cute little ones. I love doing their hair when it's all done. Like styling it Cutting, you have to cut it. I'm still working on learning. Like that's hard. Like to be a hairstylist type. Yeah, I still fuck it up. I think I'm back. Or is shit fucked up? Let me know if it's all fucked up, because sometimes that happens. Let me check my screen. I think I'm back. Back. Okay. This little one. Look how cute. Little Carol Baskin. You can't help it. That's what I call her. Should have seen her when she came to me. Sorry, what am I? Kathy, if you're watching this, we've talked about this. She's cute though. She's cute. She said, when I showed her, I was like, hey, I finally got her paint off. I've got her all stripped down and stuff. She's like, she looks better with no paint at all than what she said. I was like, I can't say that stuff, but she can. Thank you for waiting around. I hope everybody's just chilling. No, chilling. I got shit fucked up. I can't even see chat. Okay, there we go. I appreciate you guys waiting around. So, like I said the other day, I was lies on the blue paint. It dried up because, well, I've taken so long to get back to the paint. And I even, the red is still good. Do you remember the red we put on the lips? That's still good. I have 2 wells on the palette with blue paint, and it's all dried up, so let's waste some more of that. I'm probably gonna use blend flow, which means I gotta move this a little bit. Fucking shit up. Just pull them one by one and make sure to see which one's gonna be the right one. There's only a few of these paints I have. No, you're not there. Blend flow is what's gonna keep the paint from drying up right away and allowing me to just kind of work with it. Oh, and to bead. Sorry, I was lies. I wasn't even saying the right thing, so my wife's like, you're not gonna get me this time, motherfucker. Alright. No fucking around, let's do this. I'm gonna add a little bit of yellow to the blue paint. I'm using primaries, like primary blue, primary yellow. This is the primary method. It's one of the most realistic methods of painting that you'll come across, actually, because it's what you'll see on camera. So like they use these things in movies and stuff. So you have to be able to see. It has to be able to look real because our eyes see only a certain amount or variation of certain colors, right? We don't see all the whole spectrum. I know not much on that theory. I just know if I knew more, I would say it. Oh, well, let's learn some shit. Give me more blue. I have these little baby hands and stuff are so cute. Last time I was working on the veins. I got it a little bit thinner than I wanted, which is why I kind of waited around just a little bit to see maybe it'll dry out. But when you use like anti-bead or blend flow or flow aid or whatever you're working with, whatever paints, there's something different. Each mediums, for each brand kind of has their own thing going on, I guess. I don't know. It could be lies, but I feel that way. It like will make it into this more creamy texture, and other than like watercolors. I feel like it is a lot of watercolors I'm probably with. When you're making those layers, you're like, man, it's just water and like a little bit of paint. How's that going to stick and make this reborn? Oh, it happens. It's great. You wouldn't think, like, if you ever want to try it, do that. You can. There's like step-by-step kits you can get. It'll come with the paints you need and a doll kit, brushes, all the supplies you need to get started. If anybody's curious, on any of that, you can get with me. I have blue paint on my thumb. I'm so glad I did not pick up anything. It's really hard to get the blue paint off because it's so pigmented. It's really hard to mess with. So, man, I got it all over the yellow bottle. Damn, maybe it's time for a drink. This will be fun. Yeah, Shagnanigans, you should come do the paint with us. That would be a blast. I love that flyer, by the way, Blue Princess. I don't know if you saw that in the Discord or not. Or in your DMs. I love it. You did a great job on that. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Oh, I might have made them just a little bit too green. Gotta do some comparisons. I feel like maybe I don't need alcohol. I feel like I'm smelling rubbing alcohol or something. So, I'm gonna put a little bit more blue in. And this is the part where I like to use those really thin brushes and like really light feather strokes. Just like as if you were painting hair. I say that a lot. So you'll see me paint hair. She's getting painted hair instead of rooted hair. I've only painted a couple heads. Turns out I'm pretty good at it. I love doing it. It's relaxing. A lot of artists are like, no, that's the biggest frustration ever. No, honey. It's the rooting part for me that's like, okay, are we done yet? You don't see the light at the end of the tunnel until you have like this little circle left on the head. Like, then you're like, oh my gosh. So needless to say, I'm not looking forward to rooting that big old baby head here in the next couple of days. It'll take a couple weeks. Sometimes I'll be at it 4 hours a day, but you really supposed to do like maybe an hour, take like 15-minute break, make sure you're taking care of you. I actually like those veins. I wish I would have come up with that color before I even laid them. Sometimes I'm just so quick to lay the veins without, like, yeah, let's try this. I'm just always like, oh, let's do the same with those when it comes to veins. Because of that blue, it's just, feel new. It's really pigmented. You probably used the least on the blue, like the least amount. Okay, when we're doing this, it's gonna work. Just say it with me. It's gonna work. I am gonna add some of this color to the veins that I did on the head the other day because, well, you gotta keep it like uniform, right? It's gotta be cohesive, I like to say. So I'm gonna use this little tiny brush. Oh, I'm gonna try this little tiny brush. Sometimes it makes me mad, but because I like to use it for the eyebrows. I do have issues with that. I'll show you exactly what I'm doing here in a minute. You might be able to see it on camera now. Oh, you can! See how I'm taking it up the back? This is what I did the other day. I was trying to show. I can see it. I hope you guys can see it. I can see it. That's what I'm looking at on the camera. Those little veins. So, just hoping that's working out. Oh, crap. My bad. I didn't mean to do that. Let me set him aside for a minute. Or her. I'm just going to work on the hands for now. And I'll go over those veins and stuff in a minute on the head. A lot of people will take a Q-tip they'll make a line and then they'll take the Q-tip and kind of drag down the vein where they want it to go. You have more control that way. I've seen that done not too long ago. I'm looking for my water and I was like, that's super cool. Let me try that. I don't prefer that. I don't prefer that method, but it's very cool. Maybe if I would have started that way or something. I'm going to show you this too right now. Hold on, let me find it. The light is crazy because it just is. There you go. Well, maybe not. I suck with lighting. Okay, you guys, you should see some of my pictures, but I could see it for a minute, so hopefully you could too. There it is. And then I'm going to do another one here, and I'm going to kind of connect them. And then it's going to come down the wrist a little bit, and then there will be some on the inside of the wrist. Y'all see. You'll see. This is where I start. Like I said, some people do their veins last. I like to know that they're way deep under that skin because to me, that's what looks real. Because the one I had purchased before I got started painting them myself, I didn't really prefer her veins. They just looked like they were laying on top, and I was like, how can I fix that? Like, I really don't want mine to be that way. I do all the skin texturing, all of the mottling and stuff right after the veins. I'll go into mottling and skin texturing and all of that, which all just boils down to the type of brushes or sponges you're applying it with. And I made my own sponges. What's different? They're like little blending bud sponges, and they have different size of holes in them. Some of them are for like stipple, some of them are for mottling, some of them are for skin texture, some of them are for sealing up. Better for use with like heat set. I don't know why. With acrylic, they just kind of get crunchy, for lack of better terms. They get crusty. I fucking did that. That looks good. I'm glad I chose this color. So this will last. Tomorrow. I'm saying tomorrow because I have a lot of faith that everything's going to go smoothly and I'll be able to stream some paint tomorrow. I'm going to go over with that mint green wash all over the entire dolly because we're doing a strawberries and cream skin tone. You can do it that way, like with a mint green wash, or like Flush 08. Let me show you what I'm talking about when I say that. There's like different flesh colors. Let me just grab a flesh base. This is like eyebrow brown, okay, and then this is like flesh tin, which I could use flesh tin, and add a dot of like green ochre to that. Probably what I would use, and get the same thing. But which is probably what we will do. We'll just fuck around and find out. I've actually never done it that way, so let's do it together. Almost done with the top of the hand. The veins take a little bit because you just want to make sure it doesn't look like you just drew on it with Sharpie, right? Everything has to be subtle. It's like the devil is in the dang details here. Her mama will be happy that she's got veins or in the process. Normally I'll get right away with them, be like, hey, I started veins, here's pictures, which is something I'm going to do tonight as well. So I put them on the wrist, just like a little, you know, where it splits like a little fork. And then I'll sometimes do this, not every time, put it along here, because if you look, I have like blue from your own stuff. You know what I'm trying to say. I can't speak. My brain doesn't work right when I'm painting. I just get so into that zone. I'm like, holy crap. My brain fails me in that moment. This is actually really good lighting for shading. There's all these little dents and crevices and creases, and every time you see a little shadow, you turn it, you see a shadow, you're like, okay, you got to put some shading there. Highlight, shading, and I'll get this lighting figured out. So next time we'll still have that other angle, but for now we had to do this. I'm gonna bring one down. Sometimes I will in the armpit area, just like not a full fork, but just kind of where you can faintly see, hey, there's something there. Is that a vein? That. And then I just blend it in until it's looks like you saw, until it looks like it's underneath the skin already. Because every time you add something, whether it's mottling, skin texture, skin tone, you know, whatever you're adding on top of that. So they have to be so translucent, because if you make them darker, when you add to that, those veins are going to pop, They're going to be like, they're not going to look right. So you got to be careful. And if I like to mess with the blue first and get it out of the way. That's why I like to do that first. Honestly, like I said, a lot of people do it after they're done with everything, and I'm like, if I'm gonna mess it up, it's gonna be now, right now. I'm not trying to, because we do. We get boo-boos sometimes that we have to go back and either strip the whole entire thing and start over. I've had to do that, even if it's just a little tiny space. I'm like, I can never get it. I think I'm good on that. I might put one down like the top of the shoulder a little bit. I don't know why I put them there, but I do. And they look cute. Okay, one down. I'll get pictures of those too. Oh, damn. I have a bad habit of keeping that brush in my hand when I'm reaching for other things. Well, it's got another tiny little vein on the top of its arm. It'll be alright. Cute. I'm going to do this last arm, and then I've got to go ahead and get off stream for a little bit. But I'll be back on this evening, and I'm drinking a little bit. I'm going to finish my affiliate party that got so rudely interrupted last night. PlayStation, just shut the fuck down. When I loaded into the game, like, okay, let's play this game. Switched over to gameplay, loaded in it, and it crashed. For what? This is why I'm working towards a PC. At that point, to me, it's worth it. I don't like to be disconnected, especially when I'm in the middle of chatting with you guys or like rude. Rude. PlayStation. There was not even any warning. It wasn't like, hey, your PlayStation is too hot. It wasn't loud. I had no idea that anything was about to happen. So that was very different for me. It just closed out on me. So give me moments. Momentary lapse of phone judgment and all of those things. It's just doing what it wants. But we're still here and we're still fucking doing it, right? And we're still gonna keep doing it. It's hot though. I need to turn down the heat. What are y'all's plans for tonight? Hopefully good things. Hopefully we're partying. Hopefully everybody's planning on just hanging out, relaxing after probably a long Monday. It's not been bad actually. Can't complain. This baby has rolls for days and wrinkles and creases on its little wrist. Get the fuck out of my way, light. I gotta show these people. Look at these little rolls on that wrist. The little sucker is gonna be chubby. I mean, wait till you see the difference. I'm glad that you guys are seeing it firsthand. I should have took a picture. I'll do that. I like to have the comparisons from beginning to end. Because sometimes it's hard for me to see, like, well, what did I do? Like, because I just work on them. I don't know. You know how it's like one of those things when you're trying to lose weight or something, and like the first couple pounds, you're not really seeing anything. You're like, I'm doing this for nothing. I'm doing this for nothing. And then all of a sudden you see it, right? Same thing with paint for me. It's like finally I see it if I do a comparison. Because it takes so long to build all of that up. I'm really gonna love doing the nails on this. I know this is weird shit, but I just love the little hands and stuff. It's one of my favorite parts to do the nails. Because this baby has long nails. I know the lighting is crazy, and I'm over it too. So let's just finish this part real quick. And then I'm gonna hop off here and make some chicken pasta stuff. Because the kid works hard, so I try to like make sure I have something good for him to eat when he gets home from work. Kid is a fucking boss. And it's cold and they work outside, so I'm putting one underneath the armpit. I just like that area. I like that area, and then right here sometimes in like the crook of the arm. Not anything big, just kind of like, they're there because that's where they take your blood most of the time. You know what, actually, I don't recommend going fast. Like, take your time. I'm just so used to the muscle memory of it. That's why when you learn to paint hair, you just grab whatever you can. An arm, a leg, whatever test part you have, and start getting your brush and just making strokes like hair. And then all of a sudden, before you know it, a week later, you've got some muscle memory there and good practice. Okay, that's you can probably actually get the legs done too. I'm gonna do that. That way that part will be done. On the top of the foot, I'll show these ones. Those other ones on the arm, you couldn't barely see them. The ones on the feet, sometimes you can see them a little more depending on a lot of different factors. Babies curl their feet, the thinner the skin. I go right on the top of the foot because honestly, that's how I was taught with the starter kit that I had gotten. There's DVD with it, and it's for heat set. I have a lot of guides. I bought a lot of guides, and I don't go by any of them. Honestly, I don't even know if I read some of them. I just tend to want to do my own thing. Not that anyone else's thing is not right or doesn't look good. I just prefer my stuff. Prefer my method to madness, right? You know, we might have light troubles, but I'm going to try to show you. It's like blinding me, so I can't imagine what it's doing to y'all. Do you see it? I have to look at that. You can barely see them. I don't know if you can see them at all. I can see them on camera. I'm hoping you can too. So they're all going to be like that. And then I like to... I don't even care who says it's wrong. A lot of people say it's wrong. A lot of people say a lot of shit's wrong. I've got paintbrushes for days. I like to take a little bit of the vein color, and even in the hand, I'll put some like right here and take a vein down here. But this little one has fists, and I'll take it and I'll put it in the center of the foot. Later on, just the tiniest little touch. It doesn't even show up on camera. And then later on, it just creates that depth. I think it looks really cool. So there's a lot of places you'll put this vein color, and you wouldn't think. I'm going to go up the ankle with a vein, and I'll go along the side of the foot as well with it, like kind of connect the two. Then you really have to blend them out. When I do like more blue undertones or whatnot, I will. Actually, I'm just going to do add some blue a little bit around it. It almost gives like a 3D effect to it. Again, I'll get pictures in the Discord for that. It's pretty cute. And then on the inside of the thigh, every time when my brush needs reloaded, I will take the blending sponge and start pouncing that paint in until you can barely see it anymore. It's funny when you're in the community, you can, whose work is whose. Like, hey, that's so-and-so's work. I could tell by the paint. Everybody just has their own style. And my kiddo just walked in. So we might not get to finish that last leg, but that's okay. So I should probably go get dinner. I'm putting another vein on the ankle. And then I'll bring it on the inside of that foot a little bit. Maybe. I'm just kidding. I'll be back here in a little bit. Sorry, my phone keep popping off. I'll be back here in a little bit. I promise. I'm gonna wrap it up. My kiddos home. My kiddos home. So I gotta go make something to eat, and then I'm gonna get stuff later. So see you in a little bit. Thank you for being here. And I appreciate you all very much. One minute. We might leave green hell up. We might just go ahead and play that. So